the fuck we got going on in America. Did you guys hear about the private prisons? The private prisons, not the federal prisons, not the state-owned prisons, but the private prisons are suing states that they reside in, right? Over the fact that the states are not sending prisoners to these private prisons that I guess they contracted for. The private prisons are claiming that the states promised them a certain amount of prisoners. So now these private prisons are suing the states that they are in. Do you guys not understand now? This is a fucking game, a corporation, a business. And we are the product still.
This is the most disturbing and alarming piece of information I have ever had to share. Trump just signed an executive order criminalizing homelessness and directing states to institutionalize individuals with mental health disorders and substance abuse disorders. This is not a joke. The ACLU is all over this. I don't know why this isn't on every single news outlet. Share this information with absolutely everybody and anybody you can. This is truly unimaginable. The name of this executive order is Ending Crime and Disorder on American Streets.
This is what Trump's homeless plan actually looks like. Utah is building a 1,300-bed camp for homeless people, and advocates are calling it what it actually is, a forced labor camp. It's being built to enforce Trump's new executive order on homelessness, the one that threatens to cut funding from states unless they start criminalizing homeless people sleeping on the streets. The facility will sit on 16 acres of land outside Salt Lake City. State officials are calling it an accountability center. So all the members of the Trump regime are going to be held accountable in there too, or what? Advocates are calling it a prison with a nicer sign. Over 300 of the beds will be for people who will be involuntarily committed, meaning they'll be sent there against their will. Others will be assigned to work-conditioned housing, aka forced labor. Utah officials say it's a transformative way to handle homelessness. But this doesn't sound like help. It sounds like torture and punishment. This forced labor camp is a test run for Trump's national plan to build tent cities on cheap land. And in his words, where homeless people can be rounded up and put to work. The Trump regime is turning poverty into a crime, even though they're the ones responsible for making the poverty happen. So when Trump says he's ending crime and disorder, remember what that really means. He's rounding up poor people that he helped create and throwing them into forced labor camps against their will.
There were owners of private prisons who were suing the states they are contracted to imprison people in because they don't have enough prisoners, because the state got lax on some of their laws and decided to be more lenient on incarceration. So you have a state government that goes, all right, we ain't gonna put as many people in prison. But the private company running the prison go, nah, motherfucker, you promised us 80% capacity at all times. We at 50% capacity. Go catch some niggas and bring them and or reimburse me for the people that are not in here. And the state can't afford to do it. So they locked up in court right now. Damn. Almost everybody in this country, you're a commodity to someone else.